Okay. I had to redo everything. Sorry if it's like... I don't know. There we go. Oh, because I deleted it, that's why. I didn't... Okay. I have to say this again. To be honest, so I had to redo this, even though I was live streaming a few minutes ago, but I accidentally deleted it. But for those who watched the one that I did delete, I'm redoing Kaya's hangout because of the background noise. But yeah, I'm just saying that I'm just redoing it, so but this time I'm going to be doing the whole thing, so with all the endings, so I will not be stopping the stream. If you want to join the stream, you can, to watch and like talk and stuff. I will be talking this time. So yeah. Though for most of the time I don't really talk.
Useless.
But this time I will be talking, and yeah.
Hey, little birdie, don't feel down. Come and perch on my shoulder. Really? No wonder they never pay attention to me. Forget it. I probably shouldn't be anthropomorphizing them anyway. Haven't seen you in some time. To which one?
Yeah, that one.
Is this your way of saying that you missed me? Since it wasn't meant to be with this little birdie, I'd better leave it alone.
Okay.
If you're wondering why I'm here, Jean's been worrying about trade safety recently. I discovered this when I unwittingly burst into her office to save the day. Another job involving long-distance travel falls to me. I suppose it's my own fault for having such a strong sense of duty. Still, on the bright side, business is now taken care of. And I have unused travel funds, so I was planning to...
Unused travel funds.
Gundafar, we are in the middle of a war. Your place is at the front lines by my son's side. Pray tell, what provokes your unwarranted return to the palace?
A matter of utmost importance, Your Majesty.
Huh. Outdoor theater. Looks fun.
Yep,
yes.
that one.
Here's what
That one.
the acting grandmaster. In other words, what do you
Even
perhaps
though,
a fancy meal
like,
at a nice restaurant?
Yesterday
Or a
night's
river
live
cruise
stream,
takes
that
in the
was
sights
kind
of
of
Sumeru
funny,
City?
because
Or we could buy a few nice mementos to take home.
that was unexpected, I gotta say.
Hey, no need to put it like... The rules of the Knights of Favonia state that any and all expenditures during a business trip are counted as travel expenses. That's more than enough justification to live a little. Of course, with me being here on my own, it was looking like a wasted opportunity. But now that I've run into you, why don't we make this a joint trip? You're always so busy. It's high time you gave yourself a proper break. Even the sharpest blade loses its edge if it's always in use. And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time we have. Right now is the perfect time to relax and enjoy ourselves. And who knows how many other chances we'll get. Great.
That one.
Music to my ears. There's nothing more enjoyable than the... Now, let me think where we should go. How about Liyue? Well, lucky me. I'll hold you to that. Liyue's Ministry of Civil Affairs frequently corresponds with the Knights of Favonius. I don't have much luggage, so it won't take me long to pack. Give me a moment.
And so the fun starts.
What you see is what we've got.
Oh boy, here we go.
I've heard that there's lots to see and do in Liyue. Excellent. It's such a satisfying... Who knows who we might cross... Do you know this shop? It looks pretty nice from the outside. Shall we take a look?
Welcome to Mingxing Jewel.
Let me see. What do you think, traveler? See...
Ah, you're interested in... If you're looking for a specific...
Oh, that's a pity. I'm just...
No worries at all, sir. If you're Exactly. There's no risk in I will... It's only human nature to... The Ministry of Civil Affairs...
I think that's sound advice.
Back to the sky.
Welcome.
Uncut stones. Ah, yes.
I believe I detect a... Feel free to peruse. Sure, you can bet my terms are clear.
Sounds perfectly reasonable.
Yes, exactly. I'm Anyway, I'll leave you to browse at your own...
Amber-colored jade. Why not? Well, if you're not interested.
Ahoy there, Captain!
What, a poor sailor like...
Hey! Keep your...
I mean, you want the Captain Kaeya!
Oh, just take...
Yes, it's been...
Anywhere you'd recommend I visit while I'm here?
Let me think. Wanmin Restaurant's always a pretty good bet. Chef Mao's daughter is a skilled And, speaking of my wife...
Your wife? Ah, yeah.
Very well, thank you.
All right. See you. Ah, I finally remembered who that was. Captain Wu.
I see. So you went through that whole conversation with no idea who you... Old Wu's usually quite the chatterbox, so...
An educated guess. It's pretty straightforward on it.
Well, it still seems strange to me. His eldest was once playing on that big rock over there when he took a tumble and injured himself. I'm just surprised...
Well, stubborn, I can believe.
Someone drilled a hole in his ship? Oh dear. His line of work isn't easy. Competition is fierce. Anyway, I digress.
I am an upstanding member of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Just look me in the eyes. Don't you find me trustworthy?
Since you asked about recommendations earlier, you're here from Mondstadt, yes? If memory serves...
Sounds interesting.
So this... we meet again. What a coincidence. Twice in one day? Oh.
Woo.
Shh, just leave it be, Aunt Jong. There's no need to embarrass him right in front of everyone else. I take it that you two aren't...
Oh, seems like the tea house is the place to be in Liyue. Feels like I'm back in the angel share. Did you manage to get something for your daughter just now, Cap?
Yes, thank you.
I'm so lost, Woo. What's the story here?
Uh-oh.
Your wife's originally from Mondstadt, isn't she?
Ooh.
The
Oh
latter.
yeah,
Oh,
this
this is so
story.
humiliating.
It's
That sounds
funny.
awful. Were either of you...
I
It's
mean, he's
very
still
funny.
here, and
Yes, he did.
I feel
Thankfully, he
bad for
heard
the
my
poor
wife
guy.
crying for help, and my wife was injured and quite shaken up by the ordeal. So he took her to the winery and asked them to look after her.
So, what happened to you? Where did you...
I was in the water.
huh? What did you jump in the water for? You know they can still get you in there, right?
No, that's not... I did... They threw me into the water and, stripped me of all my clothes.
Oh
Did
boy.
What? Did they have a weird fetish or something? Stripping a sailor naked and throwing him into the water. It's not like you were going to drown. So, then what? I take it you swam to shore?
The treasure hoarders always move in groups.
Oh boy.
Fighting back when you're outnumbered isn't usually an option. It's no surprise that they quickly overpowered Captain Wu.
Captain Kaeya, please, there's no need for you to try to save face for me like this. I already owe you so much. Yet, despite that, I somehow only ended up humiliating myself further. Oh, there's no point. They tossed me into the water to... What I'd intended was to pretend to drown, then sneak back onto shore while they... That was before Captain Kaeya appeared, but God knows what they did with my clothes. I couldn't find them anywhere. By the time I gave up looking for them, you were most of the way to the winery, so I had to run after you with nary a thing on myself.
Outrageous!
So, what happened next?
I
Oh
made it to
boy.
the winery, but the maids noticed me first, and they called the Lord of the Manor out to give me the beating the treasure hoarders never got around to.
I feel sorry for you.
Long talk with...
Oh, Woo. I'm sorry.
Ugh, good luck living that one down.
You.
Trust me, I know.
I'm sorry, Captain. I wasn't intending to share that story.
It's fine. It's my own fault for thinking I could sweep it under the carpet. Still, it won't stop me from... In fact, they do serve some food here, too.
Oh, poor Woo.
I wonder how...
No.
He really didn't have to share all the details. I did act... D-Luke thought so... Hey, you didn't think I was being serious. I just helped the guy out on a couple of occasions because I...
I'm back with fruit. Please, help yourself.
Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. It's just a few fruits, nothing extravagant. Once my new pharmaceutical business takes off and I have Mora to spare, I'll get you a proper thank you gift and send it to the Knights of Favonius.
Pharmaceutical. Oh. Sorry about that.
Pharmaceutical...
Shipping's impossible work nowadays. There's too much competition. I'm going to become a partner. It's specially formulated to treat seasonal joint. I've suffered from it myself, which is why I know that a lot of people stand to benefit from this. It's a good cause and a stable source of income. Whichever way you look at it, it's a step up from the back-breaking work I did.
That's impressive, Wu. I wouldn't have thought you had the connections for something like that. So is it Dr. Baiju that you're in talks with?
Ooh.
Oh no, not Dr. Baiju. Actually, it was his master, Dr. Baifudze. His medical expertise and clinical experience are second to none, and he really cares about his patients. He gave me a few of his traditionally formulated bone-strengthening pills when he saw me suffering from my leg pains one day. It was like a miracle cure. The pain immediately went away.
Dr. Baiju...
Yeah, I told him I'd be enthusiastically recommending his medicine to the other guys at the docks. And after some hesitation, he just went right ahead and wrote up a prescription. He said that he shouldn't really be handing out free prescriptions since, and I quote, "it goes against generations of tradition handed down by our..."
But I got chatting with Dr. Baiju recently when the Secure Transport Agency did a delivery for Boo Boo Pharmacy. He told me that his master has already passed away.
Huh? Why would he say something like that? I mean, the guy's old, but he's still in great health.
Captain Wu, where did you meet this old master?
Just out...
Hold on a second. I just remembered something. My nephew-in-law met a medicine seller not too long. He spent a lot of more. This Baifudze.
He did.
Hello, person that just joined.
If I may.
You're right, Captain Kaeya.
He left in a hurry. He must be stressed out.
Hey, let him do. I'm no
Oh my
Dark
god,
Knight hero.
loud. I'm
Or
sorry.
martial arts hero, for that matter. And neither are you. Wait. Or either way, Liyue has its own rules and regulations. Best to let the Ministry of Civil Affairs... We came here to enjoy ourselves, remember? We don't want...
It is said that the sky's the limit for the aspirational soul. Yet fate fortuit.
Is that all? Oh, It was all right.
Oh, I see the show is over. Yeah, I saw Dr. Baiju.
Oh, this
Then
is
what
gonna
are you
be.
waiting for?
Hold
It's
on.
getting to the fun
Let's
part.
Well, I'd arranged to meet him at the Yunsheng.
Okay, so you've got another meeting lined up.
I've got no one to blame but myself. Young lady, you're a good person. The consequences are mine alone to bear. At my age, I'm sure I should be comforting the young with...
It's obvious, isn't it?
No, I think last night's live stream, I actually messed up on a few of them, but...
I am quite curious. How does our chivalrous martial arts hero intend to come to Captain Wu's rescue here? There are countless victims of injustice in the world. We can't try to help each and every one of them, can we?
This one.
Oh, I'm genuinely flattered. But we both know that I'm not that kind of person.
This one.
Your logic is very straightforward, and quite endearing in its simplicity. And I like how you think. So I'll indulge your martial arts hero aspirations for now.
Yay! Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm sorry. But this is gonna be fun.
Captain Wu, how would you feel about owing me one more favor?
I'm sorry, Captain?
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I found a way to recover your Mora that would leave the man who if it could be done, and the only cost was owing me yet another favor.
What exactly are you
Another
getting at?
favor.
The Traveler here
my
is
God.
adamant that you should ask me for another favor. Personally, I blame the storyteller. After the inspiring tale of Bravebeard, she's all gung-ho about playing hero and righting this injustice once and for all.
Captain Kaeya, young lady, Thank you.
Young lady.
I will humbly accept your kindness.
You know, you never see that often. Because usually you just see, like, the Traveler. Because it's either, like, the brother or the sister. But you never, like, see that too often. But it's kind of nice to see.
All right.
Well, every so often. I don't know what.
All right.
Like, any
It's
of,
settled.
like,
Per our brave
what
hero's plan,
any of, like,
let's
you
rendezvous at Yanshang Tea
are
House
watching
tomorrow.
have, like. But does anyone, like. I can't explain things well. Oh well. I don't explain things well enough, so. I'm just gonna say, what do you guys think?
Ah, you're here. Good. You've got nothing to worry about. As long as this lucky coin's in my hand, before I toss the coin, I'll...
Oh, this is gonna be
Hello.
fun.
Are you waiting for someone? As long
I'll
as
head
you
up
follow
now.
the rules.
From the way you describe it, Liyue does sound like an attractive place to settle. All that awaits me back in Mondstadt is a horde of insufferable sycophants. Truly tedious. The reason I left home in the first place was
Oh,
because
this
I
is
was
gonna be
reluctant to
fun.
simply live off of my inheritance.
I understand. For one as ambitious as yourself, Mr. Rich, living off of the family fortune must feel like the dullest existence in the world.
What are you doing? It's common courtesy to introduce yourself. Can't you see we got here first? They're running out
one.
of tables, huh? Looks like this location's getting too small for them.
So, my friend, what's your name?
I put this one last night.
Here is the tea that you ordered.
But like,
Mr. Bai,
this
this
is
has been a
gonna be
most
interesting.
pleasant and
Yes, good fortune indeed. In that case, I must thank you for...
You there. I'll get yours too.
I'll just nod. Or
Oh, you
That
can't
one.
tell? My family's lived in Mondstadt for generations. The sights of Liyue Harbor are rather spectacular. That would be quite nice. If the family would spare me a little loose change, I could even invest in an
Well.
antique shop or two so I have something to do during the day.
expensive font.
Flaunting? Come on, we're talking
I think I
20,
did
30...
Mr.
Like
Rich,
the other one,
just to
like-
clarify, that's quite a large sum of mora as far as the common woman is concerned. It's understandable that our friend over here feels out of her league.
The name's Albert. Surname Rich. But only the servants in the house address me as Mr. Rich. Now that we're so well acquainted, Mr. Bai, please just call me Albert.
Albert does have a nice ring to it. It is my honor to become friends with someone of your caliber.
You flatter me. What say you to acting as my guide during my time in Liyue? I'll pay you handsomely, of course. Naturally, board and lodging would be included. And I could pay you in the region of 50,000 mora per day.
No need, my good friend. I shan't be so vulgar as to take your mora. We're both men of character. The pleasure of your ongoing acquaintance shall be to join a noble gentleman on his travels is a rare opportunity.
You there. You're welcome to join us if you want. Guhua, huh? Strange choice of name. Gotta say, I've been in Liyue for a while now. This is the first I'm hearing of them.
Yes, well, there are many martial arts clans and factions in Liyue. It's
Fair enough. Still, weird name. Seriously, though, what kind of skills do you guys train anyway? It's all for show, right? I saw some people I already told the server to put it on my tab. Don't bother getting her to split the bill. It'll only complicate things.
Yeah, that
Young
one.
lady, there's no need to take things so seriously. Why don't you loosen up and enjoy the...
Are you trying to make a point by throwing my generosity back in my face?
What a fight!
Please, my friends, let's not get so worked up. Yinchang Tea House is no venue for a duel. We'll all get escorted right out the door. You young people have hot tempers, I understand that.
Did I hear that right? So you'll only pay for yourself if you win, but I'll get the check for the three of us if you lose. It's not that I care about the Mora. After all, I offered to pay for everyone's drinks in the first place. No, what I find truly absurd is your refusal to play fair. I demand that you also pay for three if you win.
What a load of hogwash. You insult me first, and now you also want to dictate terms? That one.
Fine. You can have your apology if you win.
Well, as long as you're no longer raring to fight.
Why do you join us, Mr. Bai? Let's entertain this gal for a sec.
But I wasn't even a part of your argument.
You are now.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Bai? Whose side are you on here?
Of course, I'm on,
And anyway, it's no big deal if you win. It's just a few cups of tea after all.
All right then. I suppose it's not all that different from...
All right, now we're talking. Okay, well, that should be simple enough. Here, I'll take this coin and ask the counter to draw a line on one side.
Young lady, I can see that you haven't spent many years in the real world. You take everything far too personally. I, too, only met this Mondstadt millionaire by complete chance today. But we're getting along just fine. I actually came here to meet with a business partner to count the cash from 2 recent investments, when this gentleman struck up a conversation with me. In the real world, you've got to keep up appearances. There's no need to offend the rich. After all, if you keep them happy, you can probably make some more off of them, too.
Oh, really?
You young people are much too impulsive.
Just so we're clear, let's say the marked side is heads, and the unmarked side is tails. We should also take turns tossing the coin.
Sounds fair to me. Why don't you do the first toss, Albert?
All right, then, I'll start us off.
I suppose the choice is arbitrary since it's a 50-50 chance.
Let me think. I'll also go with tails. What about you? Heads or tails? I won as well. Guess there might be a formal apology in the cards after all.
Let's keep going.
I have a suggestion. If one of us loses twice in a row, they should get knocked out. I flipped the coin last time, so why don't you go next?
Now just wait a second, my dear friends. Please let me do this.
Oh? Anxious to
You are both young, and I've already seen your short tempers for myself. If Albert loses this round, and this young lady wins, you'll be tied. And before you know it, you'll be at each other's throats again.
Ooh. Please, it was.
Well, that's not my only consideration either. You two may be too young to know this, but I've been around the block a few times. In dice games, people use all sorts of methods to rig the game. If Albert wins the next round, and you, young lady, lose for the second time in a row, then the third round will just be a tiebreaker between him and me. If that happens, only for you to then find out that the coin was rigged all along, you're sure to accuse me of working with Albert to scam you while mocking the Guhua clan. I can only imagine the kind of vengeful warpath that would put you on.
Ooh.
A purely hypothetical scenario, of course, but one that I'm bringing up now to avoid any mistake.
Very diligent of you indeed, Mr. Bai.
A rigged coin will always be a little heavier than a normal coin, you see. Yeah, this one seems...
This one.
What's your bet this time, Mr. Bai?
I'll stick with...
Tails, huh? Well, you seem to have a feel for this.
Nah.
Well, my luck's still just about holding out. The three of us are now tied.
My turn.
Well, here you go.
It's a tough decision this time.
That's what makes it fun, isn't it? Anyway, there's no need to stress.
Yeah, you make a good point.
Okay, and now it's my turn to guess. Not that the outcome matters either way to me. I won't even notice the more's gone.
Oh, wow.
Why did it have to be heads? This whole thing started because you two got into a spat, and now I'm the one that has to foot the bill.
Ooh.
What say you to another round?
Sure, why not? I'm having fun. What a
You two
miserly
have
person.
fun.
Do as you please. The two of
What
us
a
can play.
miserly person. Dude, oh my god. Okay.
But Albert, all the fun of gambling is in the stakes involved. What say you to throwing a little loose change into the pot?
Ooh.
Oh, come on now. No need to walk on eggshells here. Let's keep it simple, shall we?
Sure. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, here's the coin. You can toss first. I'll take heads.
I'll choose...
Wouldn't it defeat the whole purpose of betting if you guessed the same as me? This is a two-person game now. Surely one of us has to guess heads and the other tails.
All right. It all comes... Ooh, looks like Rex Lapis has smiled upon me today after all. Thank you for the tea, Albert. Well,
That one.
In that case, would you...
Sure. Let's up the stakes a little this time.
Maybe that's a little...
What, 50,000? But that's just a single day's guide pay for you.
All right.
Great, then I'll bet heads. No takebacks.
Ooh.
Oh, how unfortunate. I shouldn't have gotten greedy. After all, in the long run, gambling is always a losing game. Albert, I'm terribly sorry, but as it happens, I forgot to bring my coin purse with me today. Could you perhaps take this 50,000 out of my guide fees? Call it an advance.
Advance payment? Sorry, I'm afraid that's not my style.
This day just getting better and better. Well, so be it.
Just 50,000? That's not what we agreed on.
Huh? What do you...
No, it wasn't. The...
1 million?
I'm being perfectly serious. I know what I said.
You're lying through your teeth.
Oh.
Hey, young lady, you tell him. Did you hear him say 1 million at any... Huh? I'm not deaf, you know. I swear I heard... Oh, I see. You two are in this together. I never met either of you before today, and out of nowhere you suddenly roped me into betting over a coin toss, and now you're accusing me of owing you 1 million mora.
This is funny.
Do you have any idea who you're trying to cheat? I know all the tricks in the book. I can't believe a couple of beginners like you managed to get this far. But don't you try to celebrate just yet. You amateurs have a lot to learn about the art of the con. Do you really think that nobody else will have heard all the commotion we just made? All I need is one. Frauds! Frauds, I say! These two kids are trying to scam me out of my hard-earned mora! Hostess! Oh, hostess, come quickly!
How pathetic.
What is going on here?
Ooh.
If you can't abide by our rules, you're not welcome at Genshin Tea House. I don't care what the issue is. You don't get to make a racket like that in here. Halberd! Fang!
Wait, don't throw me out! These two con artists are trying to steal my mora. You can't let them get away with it.
Well, let's take this somewhere else.
Oops.
Okay, you two. Care to explain yourselves?
Gladly. He's making up completely spurious claims. We were betting mora over a few coin tosses, and now he wants to back out. In the land of contracts, of all places. He won 250,000 from me, then another 800,000 from the both of us. Now he's refusing to pay up the measly 50,000 that he lost in the final round.
Wow.
Okay, so after settling up, a total of 1 million mora should have changed hands. Sounds plausible enough.
Oh, it's a complete pack of lies. Hostess, if you don't believe me, ask anyone else in the tea house. These kids were so loud. I guarantee you everybody in that room knows the true story.
Sorry to interrupt you all, but you're witnesses to the situation.
Oh, thank goodness you're finally here. What took you so long? That old guy's been bragging about the mora he's won so loudly, I'm surprised the whole street didn't hear him. I was about to report him to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Leave me out of this. I want nothing to do with gamblers and scammers. Please, just bring me my check.
Our new owner laid down the law not too long ago. We turn a blind eye towards casual games of dice, but there is zero tolerance for any explicit gambling with real mora. Return any winnings to the party you took them from, and we'll say that none of this ever happened. Otherwise, I'll have to bring in the millilith. And I can assure you that they take a more hard line on this kind of thing than we do.
Why should I have to give them any mora? I don't have any mora on me.
Oh, but I think you do. 2 investments, was it? One of them to the tune of exactly 1 million as it happens. Oh, and don't forget you still need to pay the tab.
You... Wait. How did you...
Halberd! Fang! There's a gentleman here that I'd really like you to meet.
Ooh.
Please don't.
This guy
I'll
is
pay.
in big
All right?
trouble.
This was never your mora to begin with. We'll be returning... What did you think, Captain Wu?
Yes, everything. I can't thank you two enough.
Woo. This was your doing, wasn't it? You and this Mondstatter planned the whole... Along with that blonde one. And all the customers on that floor were in on it too, weren't they? I know where you live. And I know what your wife looks like. And your pretty little daughter, too. You crossed the wrong man today.
Who'd be scared of a crook like you? I'll take you on
No
any
one.
Well, let's see how long that false bravado of yours will last.
Oh, look at that. He figured it out. Guess he's not as dumb as we thought.
Sorry. If I'm like,
Don't you two get cocky either. Just wait. I will hunt you down.
My apologies for having to leave this question until you'd vacated the premises. But I couldn't have things escalate inside the tea house. I noticed that all the guests on the second floor were present before you took your seats, then left almost immediately after you did. Would I be correct in saying you were looking to set this man up?
Wait, so you saw through it, right?
Under normal circumstances, we would never tolerate a scheme like this taking place on our grounds, as it risks damaging our owner's reputation. However, I understand that our owner holds the traveler in high regard, and must have good reasons for their actions. Still, I would appreciate an explanation.
Ah, as I thought. When you're operating on someone else's turf, you run the risk of clashing with the master of the house. Thankfully, we considered that. Over to you, brave hero. You're the one with the connections in Liyue. It's your time to shine.
Okay, I understand.
Well, Captain Wu, remember what I promised you? What do you think?
Excuse me, coming through.
Yes, that's him all right. The one who scammed Captain Wu.
Wait! Where's your evidence? And Wu, you've already recovered your Mora. I don't deserve to be punished.
You can't talk your way out of this one. You're already suspected of defrauding multiple victims out of smaller amounts, and the combined total meets the threshold for a conviction. If it turns out you're guilty in this case too, it'll only add to your sentence. Does the plaintiff have any witnesses? You got tangled up in this too, huh? In that case, please come with me. Your witness statements will play a crucial role in helping to move this case forward. Don't worry, we won't take up too much of your time.
if I'm moving
And
around
you, sir,
like
can
too
stop
much.
twiddling your thumbs.
Hey, keep your hands off me. I'll cooperate.
Thank you so much, the both.
Well, I have an idea. Will you
Let me think. Now, where would I want to
Really
go?
talking too much.
Sounds fun to me. Well, this was certainly a... You still need some practice to... A better question to ask might be... My answer would be that I tell the coin a joke every time I toss it into the air. Of course, this whole arrangement hinges on a pre-existing amount of trust between the two of us. I can't just get any strange coins to listen to me. Yeah, I was a little surprised when he unwittingly called out our trick coin, but it didn't matter. A good gambler always keeps their options open. You have to have a contingency plan for when the odds are against you, so when I went to the counter, I marked a regular. That safely avoided any risk of him finding out about the trick coin. But hey, what does it matter? Especially listening to him. As long as I chose the same bet as him, and you bet the opposite to me, it was always going to end up with him paying. Then
You two are genuinely the smartest people I've ever met. I'm no intellectual, so I would never have been able to... Well, I may not be the smartest guy around, but one thing I do know is this. One should always return tenfold the help that they've received from others. We were just ordinary. If there's anything I can ever do for you in the future, anything at all, please let me know.
No? You seem agitated. There are two kinds of people who owe me favors. One, my informants have to fulfill whatever requests I make of them. And you're torn again. Well, it's okay. Because this is the regular coin I prepared for the contingency plan when I was borrowing a pen from the bar. If it's heads, we're friends. But if it's tails, you're at my beck and call.
So, was it...
What do you think? What does your...
I
one.
understand now.
Okay. Got that one out of the way. Now, let's see. Ah, okay.
The damned will sooner again.
Back here again.
Gundafar, we are in the middle of a war. Your place...
A matter of utmost importance, Your Majesty.
Huh. Outdoor theater. Looks fun. Actually, yes. I saw some guards do a musical performance when I was traveling with their caravan in They were desert dwellers. So are these actors. Come on, let's go watch.
Your Majesty, not only has God bestowed the throne upon you, but your beloved son, Prince Kubad, has led our brave warriors to victory against Frasyav's army. Frasyav's brazen ambition is no more. He has bowed his head and now presents to your Majesty an offering of treasures and My king, this battle has finally restored the dignity of our people. His Highness the Prince and I believe this peace settlement will be a great boon to our nation. It is for this reason alone that I have removed my armor and made haste back to our halls from the front lines. My king...
Ah, it's the tale of Prince Kubad. Ever heard this one? Don't worry, I still remember the general plot. Let me fill you in on the background while the king deliberates. The main characters are the brilliant Prince Kubad and his war-hungry father, King Kabus. The one talking to the king right now is Gundafar, the prince's tutor. When the prince was young, the king was deceived by a malicious rumor that the prince had mistreated his stepmother. He demanded that the prince walk through a blazing fire to prove his innocence. Miraculously, the prince emerged unscathed, thus proving his innocence. Now uneasy in the presence of his mistrustful father, the prince requested to be sent away to the battlefield where he would fight against Frasyav's army. That's the enemy general we heard them mention just now. This is the part where the prince has won the war and decided to forge a peace with the rival nation. He wrote a letter recommending peace to his father. Oh, it looks like the king's made up his mind.
Frasyav lost because he did not have the blessing of God. Our God will always watch over us and punish our enemies. Once the bells of war have begun to toll, they shall not cease until the blood of our enemies fills the land. There can be no victory until the last enemy soldier has fallen. If Kubad still wishes to be my son and hold the intaglio I bestowed upon him as proof of his royal blood, then he must obey my command.
Your Majesty, I must caution that a nation destroyed is not a fallen city writ large. Now, the loss of one city strikes fear into the hearts of our enemies, compelling them to accept defeat and cede land in exchange for peace. If, however, we insist on bringing a whole nation to its knees, then so long as a single person is left standing, they will see us as their sworn enemy. My king, a people is to their nation as wild grass to the open prairie. Though we burn down the whole field and spare not one blade of grass, roots...
Cease, Gundafar! Your mind grows dull in your old age. As for my son Kubad, I will summon him back to the capital, so he may be...
What are you saying, my noble king? Why must you mistrust your own flesh and blood? And when he was falsely accused, you once doubted his honor and made him walk through a raging fire. Did he not prove himself worthy by emerging unharmed from the flames? Now you would turn me away when I seek only to provide the wisdom of counsel. What is the
justification is that my word, not yours, is the law of the land. Cease and be gone, Gundafar, so you may spend the rest of your days with your wife.
What has become of the king that I served with my life? Fanaticism has robbed him of all reason and wisdom. Peace is surely the most favorable path for our nation, yet he refuses to accept it.
I must think of a way to seize control of the army back from the hands of my wayward son, that they might continue the fight to the end. Perhaps the first task should be this. I shall send a loyal contingent of warriors to eliminate Frossia.
Brilliant acting, Darbil.
I saw you approaching us in the middle of the scene. I was worried that my performance would be subpar and you'd think I was just making a fool of myself.
Not at all. Far from it. Actually, let me introduce you. This is Darbil. When we first got to know each other, he was still a guard for one of the merchant caravans.
Nice to meet you. Any friend of Kaeya's is a friend of mine. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't making all that much as a mercenary. It felt right to me to get away from the danger and live a more stable life. I was already pretty good at telling stories, so I just recruited a few friends and started performing shows all over the country. Full disclosure, we had to put this little stage together using whatever wood and cloth we could borrow. It's really low budget. Anyway, we're all good enough at acting to get through the motions, but none of us are any good at coming up with a script. Everything we tried to write just sounded off somehow. So I got a student from the academia to adapt an old story I knew to make it more appealing to our audience.
I could tell that you've had someone tighten up the lines.
That's good. Well, as you can see, even now, we still don't have much of an audience. Don't suppose you'd be interested to see the rest of the show?
Sure, why not? I don't have anything pressing lined up. Tickets for 2, please. How much would that be?
There's no need for tickets. You could just get some food from Jafar Tavern. We've worked out an arrangement with them. We've actually found a sponsor for this performance, too. He's not too happy about the poor turn. I doubt we'll be able to keep him for the next performance.
Darbil Asgar still hasn't shown up for the next scene. We should get his costume and sword out so they'll be...
My apologies. I have to get ready for the upcoming scene.
Would you two like to order some food? What can I get you?
Bear with us a moment. We're just going to take a look at the menu. I was at Port Ormos discussing some business opportunities, and some crook was trying to pull a fast one on me. Darbil took pity on me and politely asked him to make himself scarce. He's a good guy. A decent storyteller, too. Quite an interesting character. There's a lot of fun to be had if you hang around interesting people doing interesting things. That's my secret formula for staying in a good mood. Thanks for waiting. We're ready to order now. We'll take you up on that tandoori roast chicken. And let's throw in some desserts, too. 1 each of the rose custard, that talumba, and the patisara pudding, please. we've got good seats. Close to the stage, but also not too crowded. We can watch the show as we eat. If I remember correctly, the next scene should focus on the prince. But I won't spoil it for you. You have to experience it for yourself. You could say that. It's always stayed with me because it's hammered home a cruel but realistic truth. People do not choose where and when to be born, yet the circumstances of their birth define the choices that they will have for the rest of their life.
I guess.
Here you are. The check's on the table, too. Just call me over when you're ready to settle up.
No need. I'll pay up front.
Thank you, sir. Oh, but this is too generous.
Call it a token of my gratitude for the excellent service. The food all smells wonderful, too. So please pass my compliments to the chef.
Thank you so much, sir.
Let's...
Hey, Kaeya. I'm so sorry. But the actor who plays the prince has run into some difficulties and we can't do the rest of the show without him. So, I'm really, really sorry, but...
Ooh, that would be fun. I wouldn't say no. Darbil, would you lose any income if I were to mess this up?
Not really. I mean, there's not much of an audience here anyway.
Don't worry about that.
Let me think. Well, you already know the story, so you just need to memorize a few lines. Huh, you know what? This might actually work. Ah, wait, but Kubad has a specific costume he's supposed to wear, and switching actors is one thing, but wearing street clothes on stage would really...
Well, good thing that I've actually got a costume with me.
You're kidding.
Sure. If you can show me the way to...
It's in the restaurant.
Oh, of course.
Gotta say, I think I actually look pretty dapper in this. It's a pity I don't have many opportunities to wear it in public.
Ooh. Such a show off, but you pretty good. I never knew you were so vain. I'll just choose that one because that one
of me as a prince. I'll have to act my heart out so you'll be too dazzled to make any digs.
Kaeya, here's your script for the next scene. It's not too long, but you also don't have very long to prepare it.
Only one way to find out.
Okay, I think we've covered all your lines and movements on stage. You haven't had long to prepare, so don't worry about forgetting your lines. We'll remind you.
All right, I'm good to go.
Great. Then let's get this show on.
General Kubad, son of Kabus, the fate of this battle is clear. I beg you, please spare my few remaining men. They no longer have the strength to fight back.
Frasyav, though you now lead only the husk of a once mighty army, I have no desire to crush your dignity. Even your most savage warriors have no desire to see further bloodshed, and none among your ranks have opposed these peace talks. Nevertheless, I must hear it from you one final time. General Frasyav, do you agree to sign a treaty in good faith and commit from this day forth to peace between our nations?
With my army in ruins, I am in no position to do otherwise, but on this, I give you my word. Yes, Let us end our hostilities and
We share the desire to lay down our arms for good and liberate our hearts from the dirge of hatred. Then as God above is our witness, I hereby my tutor, Gundafar, has already made haste to my father, the king, with the recommendation of a truce. It is my sincere hope that he will see—
Prince Kubad, your name is renowned throughout your land and ours. I will place my hope in your—
One will find on a battlefield no master of ceremonies, nor the paper on which a treaty may be signed. In their absence, let us raise our weapons and swear an oath. I, Kubad, son of Kabus, hereby pledge protection to you and all of your kin. May the oceans be stained red with my blood if I am ever to renounce this oath.
Wow, your friend is so dreamy. He's not a real prince by any chance, is he? Hey, Rashana, you don't want to miss this. The good-looking guy who left a huge tip is acting on stage with Darbel's troupe.
Darbel's one lucky man.
I return, Your Highness. I hope I'm not too late. Have you already promised peace to Frasiav?
Nay, I am not so rash as to preempt my father's blessing.
My child, I must share with you the gravest news. Kabus has become blinded by fanaticism and hatred, and will stop at nothing to vanquish every last man under Frasiav's lead.
How can this be? You mean to say that my father has rejected our proposal for peace?
He has indeed. I urged him to reconsider, but far stricter punishment than this awaits you, should you return home with your— Please heed my warnings, dear child. I dare not imagine what unspeakable atrocities—
Nay. The truce must stand. I cannot renounce my oath. How can man claim to stand above beast without remaining true to his word? The masses have grown weary of death and conflict in both our nation and theirs. Are we all now to bend to his will and massacre? When I departed my beloved home to fight in a foreign land, I did— Alas, is this fate's grand design?
Kaeya, the next line is— Alas, is this fate's grand design, that I should spend the rest of my days in a foreign land, till I am laid to rest in a grave far from home?
Must it be so?
Huh? Wait, that's not part of the script.
Kaeya, did you not hear me?
My dear audience, I ask you this. Do you believe in fate? If fate decreed that your life was to end in tragedy, what would you do?
Good question. I mean, yeah, good question. Oh. Ooh.
Oh?
That one.
Then so must it be. I shall discard this intaglio and rid myself of the shackles of fate.
Wait, but that's not— My dear prince, do you intend to betray your father and abandon your heritage?
Fate means to send the machinations of war to every corner of the land, to fan the flames of conflict till they engulf the entire world. Fate would see my sword tainted with the blood of innocence, that the bright banner of my homeland might fly in every nation known to mankind. But I shall not bow to the will of fate. I am no pawn in heaven's plan.
Bravo! Where did this guy come from? Is he one of the new hires?
Shut up. Stop interrupting.
Stop interrupting.
I,
Oh my
Kubad,
God.
will spend the rest of my days in a foreign land till I breathe my last in a place far.
At least he brought it back in the end.
Prince Kubad, my child, there is no need to be rash. Please bring at least your fortune and the retainers who will always be loyal to you.
Gundafar, my dear mentor, you have always been like a father to me. It brings me only anguish to bid you farewell, but I must walk this path, or freedom dies by my hand. Goodbye, my tribe and kin. Farewell, sweet land of my birth.
Goodbye, my child.
Wow. I mean, not bad.
Ooh, it's Prince Kubad. Could I please get your autograph?
Why, certainly, ma'am.
Ooh, thank you. I'll just go find a pen.
Feeling more like a fan now? Acting is quite fun. If there ever came a day when I left the Knights of Favonius, I think I might go into acting full-time.
Darbil, could you introduce me to this young man?
My apologies, Master Toos. I somehow missed you in the crowd earlier.
I was some distance away. I just came over near the end after I noticed the large crowd gathered. The performance was outstanding across the board. I knew that the poor turnout over the past few days was just bad luck. It was only ever a matter of time before you hit it big. The improvised section was particularly good. I think you could include some improvisation as a staple in future performances.
Thank you, sir. And a big thanks also to our wonderful prince. Had Kaeya not agreed to fill in, we might have disbanded right on the spot.
Kaeya, was it? Well, young man, I must say, you've made quite the impression on me.
Thank you for the invite, sir, but I'm afraid I've reached the end of my time in Sumeru. I'm sure that my friends and family in Mondstadt must be missing me terribly.
Well then, consider it an open invitation. Once you've been bitten by the travel bug, my friend, you'll be getting itchy feet again before too long. My door is always open. If you're ever interested, please ask Darbil to reach out to me. Darbil, we can continue discussions on the sponsorship once you've wrapped up today's show.
Thank you so much, Master Toos. I'll see you shortly. Seriously, Kaeya, thank you for bailing me out again. You're a good guy. May the gods bless you. You know, you should stay for a few more days. I owe you a meal at the very least.
Darbil, Asgar is back. He lost track of time playing Genius Invocation TCG. You've got to sort him out.
Genius Invocation again? Ah, that does it. That kid's not getting away with it this time. Please excuse me, Kaeya. I will be right back.
Sure, there's no rush. Okay, I think they're all gone.
Oh,
Let's slip
sorry.
away now while we can.
Sorry if I sneezed. Allergies.
All right, this should be far enough. Don't think they'll find me here. People were starting to expect a lot of things that I didn't sign up for. Besides, the missing actor is back now. Darbil shouldn't be needing me to stand in again. I don't mind socializing, but compared to chatting over food and drink, I much prefer just going wild on the stage. What about you? Did you enjoy the show? Oh? I was expecting a lengthier critique, but you've thrown the question right back at me. Sneaky. All right, I'll rise to your challenge. Let me think. All the world's a stage, and all the people merely players. Perhaps there's an inept god out there deciding everyone's fates? Much like the academia Yeah, inept is a good word for it. honestly. Anyway, that's exactly why actors need to wake up and realize they don't have to follow the script. There's nothing to stop them from following their gut and making it up as they go along. Oh, my dear traveler, please don't take me too literally. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. The god is just a figure of speech. Everyone, you and I included, is both an actor and a member of the audience. If you don't like the script, just walk off the stage and join the audience. You always have a choice. A little too obtuse? Well, don't dwell on it. It's nothing worth losing sleep over. I was just thinking aloud. Relax. Be yourself. Do your thing. That's all. When I did my little bit of audience interaction back there, you had no time to prepare. You had to just say what you thought in the moment. I think those spontaneous thoughts are often the most authentic. And that's why I liked your answer. You're still holding on to the intaglio I threw you from the stage, right? Keep it. Think of it as a souvenir from my improvised performance. It's been the most fascinating day, hasn't it, little birdie?
There he goes.
You're always so busy. It's high time you gave yourself a proper break. And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time we have. Now I remember why you're an honorary knight. Of course, being tempted by money is beneath you. Your honest character is dazzling to behold. Like the sunlight reflecting off the surface of Cider Lake in the late fall. In that case, I guess today's end-of-trip blowout is cancelled. I shall pack my luggage and prepare to return to Mondstadt. Oh? You'd do that for me? Well, this wasn't what I'd originally planned. When I was souvenir shopping, I picked out something for you too. Guess my thoughtfulness wasn't in vain. Let's keep that a secret for now. Not because I want to keep you guessing. It's just that I didn't think I'd run into you here. All my gifts are back at the inn. I want you to find out for yourself when you open it. The surprise is what gift giving is all about, is it not? Then it's settled. We'll leave together shortly. Look, Mondstadt's windmills. Ah, such a comforting sight. Now, as promised, your souvenir. According to the merchant I bought it from, mysterious spirits called Jinn often live in lamps like this.
Oh.
Merchants love to exaggerate to help make a sale, but it's still quite the pretty little lamp. I know you like rare things, so perhaps you can add this to your collection. Of course, you can also use it as an ordinary pot. Personally, I think it'd make an excellent wine vessel. You're welcome. I'm glad you like it. I'm ready to head into the city now. You're free to join me, or you can make your own schedule. I could give everyone their souvenirs first, but I'm not sure whether I'm in the mood for running around and visiting people right after the long journey. Maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone. Ugh. Do you have any suggestions? Yes, I suppose. Okay, souvenir run it is. Let's start by going to the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Jean and Lisa will definitely be there, and with any luck, we might run into a few others too. Hey, you two busy?
You must have had a tough journey, Kaeya. Oh, it's been a while, cutie.
Yes, welcome back, Kaeya. Why is the honorary knight accompanying you? I understand. Back to matters at hand, Kaeya. I have already received your report. A few days ago, we received a letter from the representative of the Wine Merchants Association in Sumeru. It was thanks to your on-the-spot decisions that further losses, due to continued delays, were avoided.
Just doing my duty. Anything to reduce the acting Grandmaster's workload. Oh, I nearly forgot. I have some unused travel funds. I'll return the surplus now.
He was sudden urge to expose him.
Given the suddenness of the situation and the difficulty in resolving it, I authorized a greater than normal disbursement in case of unforeseen circumstances. But I didn't think there would be this much left over. Thank you, Kaeya.
Just doing the right thing. But I'm not actually here for a post-trip debrief.
Souvenirs from Sumeru.
Ooh, that's
Here.
nice.
The letter opener is for Jean. The jeweled brooch is...
The artistry of this is exquisite. Look at the ornamentation on the sheath. This must be one of those crafts unique to
I love the color of the gem in this brooch.
It wasn't too bad. I didn't...
Might I intrude a moment?
Oh, wow.
Is that you?
I finished the latest quarterly expense. You two look like you're in good spirits.
As a matter of fact, the honorary knight and I...
You're too kind.
Since you weren't around, she thought you had also been grounded.
Children always have the most peculiar way of looking at things.
Also been grounded? Sounds like things haven't been too dull for you all in my absence.
It's Klee's third time this month.
Evidently, you're not the least bit surprised.
No. On the contrary, what would be a surprise is if Klee ever managed to stay out of trouble for a substantial length of time.
Anyway, Since my souvenir is part of a set with Cleese, there's no rush to give it. When Cleese next... well, released, I'll bring her to see you sometime. We'll collect our souvenirs together.
Sure. Makes sense. Leave the surprise for the person who'll enjoy it the most.
I'll leave these documents here. I'll take my leave now, everyone.
Kaeya, I've approved your vacation request. You too, Honorary Knight. There isn't any work the Knights of Favonius require your assistance with at this time, so please take it easy.
Thank you. Then we'll be going now.
Enjoy your vacation. But don't forget to return the Fox and the Dandelion Sea series before it's due.
Don't worry, I'm nearly done with those. I'll be able to return them in a few days. I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. I taught her a few tricks just before I left. Kids will always have their moments of mischief. But to be... Well... Ooh, how about we visit the Dawn Winery under the pretext of delivering souvenirs and try to score some free wine? D-Luke should be there tomorrow since he has business to deal with. But then there's nothing scheduled for the day after tomorrow. What do you think? When should we go? That works. Then I guess we'll see D-Luke.
Boring!
You made it. Brace yourself for some...
If you're not feeling well, then...
I'm fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
What are you doing here today?
Oh, it's nothing particularly pressing. It's just that we recently returned from Sumeru, and given how long it's been since we last visited the winery, we thought we'd drop by and say hello.
Is that it? Make yourselves comfortable, then.
Oh, do you really mean that? Because my definition of comfortable happens to involve...
Sounds like you're in a hurry to reach your goal. Been plotting this raid for a long time?
Plotting a raid? Why, you misunderstand me. The truth is, a rumor happened to reach my ears recently. My informants tell me that last month, the Dawn Winery spent a large sum of mora on 2 bottles of limited edition Northland Valberry liquor. However, it turns out that they were likely just cheap knockoffs masquerading as the real thing. Of course, a teetotaler like yourself would struggle to tell the difference. So why not get a connoisseur to help you appraise the quality? Oh, wait. But the sterling reputation of Dawn Winery is at stake. Why, if you really purchased bootleg liquor, that would be scandalous. Better to have unknown and insignificant alcohol aficionados do the taste test for you, to prevent word getting out.
Quite the story. You used that one last year.
Ooh.
Got anything else?
What? Really? I totally forgot. Here, this is for you. I bought it for you in Sumeru, and it cost a veritable mountain of mora.
Thanks. Put it on the table.
That's it? No comment whatsoever?
You want a comment? Okay, then. This thing is very in line with your unique aesthetic tastes. Much like that vase over there. Elzer, fetch a bottle of this year's newest batch from the warehouse, or else someone will keep blathering on with endless excuses.
One moment, Master Kaeya. I shall fetch it immediately.
What's wrong, Elzer? Are you okay?
My throat is a bit raspy is all. It got better after I began taking medicine, but recently it flared up again. Other than a bit of difficulty breathing now and then, it's nothing to be concerned about.
Many illnesses are caused by overwork. If you don't get enough rest, medicine alone won't solve the problem. Surely you should have long since handed over the work of the winery to Diluc by now. You can't keep being Diluc's butler. He's becoming a louse.
Actually, most of the time he...
Take some time off, Elzer. Don't put it off any longer. It's important to take care of your health. You have to take it seriously. And, cavalry captain, you would do well to remember that brevity is the soul of wit.
Master Diluc, Master Kaeya, thank you both.
Enjoy your vacation. Though, before you officially clock out, there's nothing quite like enjoying a quality wine while feeling the gentle breeze against your face. Ah.
Normally I'd accompany you, but unfortunately I still have some pressing matters to take care of. My apologies and regards to both of you.
Really? Oh, that's a shame.
I asked Connor to select a bottle of our best. He'll bring it by shortly.
You asked Connor?
He hasn't seen you in a while. He's just happy to be able to do this for you.
Considerate as ever. Ah, Elzer, I also brought you a gift.
Such artistry. Thank you. Very much indeed.
Glad you like it. Go on. Enjoy your time off.
Very well, Master Kaeya.
Elzer is a good guy, and he's very responsible. But with 1,000 different things...
Master Kaeya, your wine and an apple cider for your friend. All freshly fermented this year. Traveler, this one's for you.
Oh, very clear. And a full-bodied aroma.
Isn't it? This one's a little on the sweeter side. But I can go grab a dry one if you...
No need. Sweet is just fine.
Don't mind if I do. We used to always pour the first glass for you when cracking open a new barrel.
Well, since it wasn't me harvesting the grapes, de-stemming, or crushing them, it's much more fitting that you should take the first taste.
Crushing the grapes improves the... If you'd like, Traveler, you can help us harvest some grapes. Winemaking can be quite a lot of fun.
It isn't nearly as exciting as he makes it sound. Your back will be in so much pain after picking grapes that...
Master Kaeya is right. Harvesting grapes is back-breaking labor. But seeing the grapes turn into grape juice, then ferment into wine, it's a fascinating experience.
Wait, so Diluc actually...
Oh, goodness no. Master Diluc is...
Oh?
Well, you know, come night...
Connor.
Oh. So, Master Kaeya, how do you like your drink? I remember you weren't very interested in wine when you were young.
That was because the adults said children weren't allowed even...
Ah, yes, of course.
But on a serious note, even though I couldn't help with making distilled spirits, how could anyone not love to drink with it? So, let us raise a glass to wine itself. And in thanks to the gracious hospitality the winery has shown us today.
Here, here, to Dawn Winery.
Speaking of wine, Connor, I have a gift for you.
I get a present too? Time really does fly. Now, I have wrinkled...
How is Tunner holding up?
He's still tough, but getting on. A lot of the temporary workers I hired quit because they couldn't handle how picky he was. Master Kaeya, if you have time, why not go talk to him about it? You're probably the only person he'll listen to besides Master Diluc.
I definitely owe him a visit. I haven't... Busy day today, Tunner?
Oh, Master Kaeya, you're back. They're growing wonderfully this year. A few rows are almost ripe. Sit. After we're done picking...
No need. We were just drinking with Connor, and our stomachs are so full of wine that we couldn't eat a bite.
What about your friend? Doesn't she want to try?
Allow me to introduce the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius.
Ah, the honorary knight in the flesh. There are so many talented people in the Knights of Favonius. You all have bright futures ahead of you.
Harvesting grapes is hard work. Let me help you. Do you still remember how I used to help out when we were...
I believe I... What's this? Everyone's clamoring to do manual labor? Well, come with me, young lass. I'll tell you which grapes are ripe enough, and you can pick them.
Ooh. Cool.
Ooh, you have nimble hands, lassie. Master Kaeya wasn't nearly so careful when he was young. He mangled so many his first time. What a waste. Fortunately, the young master has a good head on his shoulders. Didn't take long for him to get up to speed. And now he's turned into such an outstanding young man. Polite and kind. If I had a son as exceptional as Kaeya, oh, I would be the happiest man in Mondstadt. There's a few more rows of grapes up ahead. Let's finish picking them together. Careful not to damage the grapes when you pinch the stem.
Looking back.
These grapes look excellent. You're a fast learner.
Thank you.
I'll take them. Good job. Master Kaeya left the winery and moved to Mondstadt. Just like my own son, Guy. He left home to join the Knights of Favonius, too. I don't know him like Miss Adeline or Master Diluc do, but I know that no matter how old your child gets, they always need a home they can come back to. And without family by your side, you at least need the companionship of friends. I've been working here for decades and watched him grow up with my own two eyes. Sometimes I get the sense that there is something bothering him. Something deep-rooted.
Ooh.
But he guards his secrets closely. Or perhaps he just doesn't want to involve us. After all, I doubt that we could help him. I can see that you have a good relationship with Master Kaeya. Please look after him. Hearing that puts my mind at ease. Wonderful, wonderful. Knowing that he has a friend like you, we here at the winery can be happy for him.
You're looking very happy, Tunner. Was the traveler telling you some jokes?
No jokes. I've received a letter from my son, Guy. He's really going places. I'm so delighted. Master Kaeya, honorary knight. My eyesight is fading in my old age. Could you...
Of course.
Thank you both.
That's another ending.
Reduced to just standing
Go
around.
to that
How
one.
absurd. Worthless.
I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. Kids will always have their moments of mischief. Well, now that all the gifts for the Knights of Favonius are with Jean, ooh, how about we visit the Dawn Winery under the pretext of delivering souvenirs and try to score some... Diluc should be there tomorrow since he has business to deal with. But then there's nothing scheduled. What do you think? When should we go? Great. Then it's settled. Let's meet the day after tomorrow at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery.
Useless.
You're more punctual than I expected. Let's head inside.
Master Kaeya? And the Traveler? Welcome, welcome. Please, come in. I'll fetch you both something to drink.
Long time no see, Elzer.
Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it? So what brings you back to the winery this... Sorry. Is there anything I can do for you?
No need to be so formal. I just returned from Sumeru and dropped by to see you all.
Ah, what a pity. Master Diluc went out to handle business last night and hasn't returned yet.
Never mind. The main thing is that you and Adeline are here.
Oh. She's taking some time off. She was busy cleaning yesterday and finally has a bit of time to herself.
Perfect. I brought some gifts for you both.
My goodness, it's exquisite. Thank you, Master Kaeya. Would you like anything to drink? We recently finished making a new batch of dandelion wine.
Well, what perfect timing. I was just wondering how this year's batch was coming along.
Let me fetch a barrel and have someone deliver it to the Knights of Favonius headquarters for you.
Oh, I won't be needing an entire barrel. A couple of bottles will be more than sufficient.
Oh, Master Diluc might grumble, but he doesn't mean it. Anyway, let me fix you both a drink.
Much obliged. Then I'll have a glass of dandelion wine and a glass of cider lake for her, if you please.
The name is not that literal. It is a drink with virtually no alcoholic content, as Master Kai will be aware. I'll prepare them now. Please, wait a moment.
Of course, my drink is non-alcoholic. Complaining. Of course, my drink is non-alcoholic. Don't know what I was expecting. Never mind. I'm used to it already.
Strictly speaking, that's not entirely true. Cider Lake does have a tiny amount of alcohol in it.
Please, enjoy. Pleased you liked it. Looks like my bartending skills haven't faded with age.
How have you been recently? Is the winery's business doing...
To tell you the truth, we've had our work cut out for us recently trying to fulfill some major orders.
So, you've had no time off lately?
But with him being out on business for a few days, who would take care of...
At least take half a day to see a doctor and make sure... If you're worried about having someone to handle the winery, why not leave it to me?
Master Kaeya, Please, come...
All right. No need for that kind of talk. Come on.
While I'm resting, I shall leave...
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Rest... Such great weather today. Though, it's a pity this bad... Of course it's fine. I promised Elzer I'd help. Sorry, I'm a little late to the welcome party, but I believe I just heard the words wine locker and reserve collection. The reserve collection is reserved for a reason, you know. You should at least run it past Master Diluc first. Oh, Adeland, surely you misheard. We were simply taking a walk around the house. I see. Anyway, what brings you and the traveler to the winery today? We just returned from Sumeru. It's been a while, so I thought we might drop by and say hello. And perhaps enjoy a complimentary drink while we're here. Surely you wouldn't object, Adeland. How could I object? We're simply happy that you've come back to see us. Oh, Adeland, I also brought some gifts for you all. This bottle of essential oil is for you. Oh my! I can't believe you remembered something. Of course I remember. You always took such good care of me when I fell sick as a child. In comparison, this is nothing. No, you're all grown up now, and you don't get sick nearly as easily. You don't need me to look after you anymore. True. I don't get sick as much. Oh, are you hungry? Would you like to eat something? You too, traveler. Please tell me if there's anything you'd like to eat. Well, now that you mention it, I do actually feel a bit peckish. Steak? Oh, yes. A nice steak would really hit the spot. Fragrant cedarwood grilled. Medium. Stewed vegetable. Yes, just like you always used to make. My pleasure. Traveler, I'm sorry I'm not familiar with your preferences. Would you like to come with me and select a... Grilling the steak over fragrant cedar wood infuses it with more... Since using an open flame to grill indoors is somewhat inconvenient, I can offer you a satisfying salad, cold cut platter, and anything stewed. What would you prefer, traveler? Okay.
Why not?
Master Kaeya really likes stewed vegetables, but it takes... Of course! I looked after him and Master Diluc when they were growing up. He wasn't always such a complicated character. He was a gentle child, polite and very sweet. Boys, huh? The gentle ones grow up to be wild, and the rambunctious ones become quiet and reserved. At least that's my experience. If there's anything you don't understand about Master Kaeya and his antics, please, feel free to talk to me about it. His temperament has changed quite a lot over the years, but he still has a lot of the endearing qualities I remember. Kaya is much savvier and more mature than he used to be. When he answers your question with a question, stop and think carefully about what he wants you to believe. And don't be led on by him. As for not knowing what he's up to, that's because he loves making up a good cover story. But don't let him get to you too much. You can take it from me. You were drinking a cider lake just now, right? Do you know why it's called that? The name was coined by none other than Master Krepus when he mixed the drink for Master Kaya himself. They were adorable when they were young. One time, the winery was hosting a banquet, and Master Krepus strictly forbade Master Diluc from drinking. Master Diluc wasn't happy about that, and he convinced Master Kaya to team up with him and sneak into the wine cellar to steal some dandelion wine.
Oh, really?
And how did I find this out? Because when Master Kaya attempted to distract me, I could clearly see Diluc hiding around the corner of the corridor, gesturing to Master Kaya to direct him through the whole thing. The Captain Kaya of today never bats an eye when he lies, but he wasn't like that at all when he was young. Oh, goodness. How did I get into this? Anyway, they were discovered by Master Krepus in the end, and he was furious. He punished Master Kaya by making him write lines, and Master Diluc was forced to clean the wine barrels in the cellar. The wine cellar had over a dozen large wine barrels to scrub, and Master Diluc was just a child. There was no way he could finish it all by himself. Master Krepus really meant to teach him a lesson. I'd originally planned to secretly finish off the work for him, but when I peeked inside the cellar, I found that Master Kaya was already there. He and I finished scrubbing the remaining barrels when Master Krepus saw that the bruises on Master Kaya's hands were even darker than those on Master Diluc's hands. He instantly understood the situation. Master Krepus wasn't stern by nature, so to comfort Master Kaya, he mixed him a drink and added a few drops of alcohol just so he could have a little taste. So you see, Kaya was a gentle child and never one to boast about the things he did for other people. Sometimes he'd even deny it if asked. His friends have a special place in his heart, even if he keeps this to himself. Kaya's quite a smooth talker these days, but I can tell that his habit of quietly helping others hasn't changed. Ah, good. Okay, the stew is nearly ready, but the meat and the other dishes will need a moment. Drinking fine wine? Eating Adelin's steak? Oh, what has Adeline been telling you? So she told the good stories. Food's ready. I hope you're hungry. I made a little extra, given how long it's been since you were... Oh, we never imagined there would be such a magnificent feast. If you keep chatting away, the food will get cold. I'm afraid that just won't do, Adeline. I'm sick. After all, I don't live here anymore, so I'm just a regular guest. Since it's you, Master Kaya, I see no choice but to honor your request. I know that us sharing a meal is a sign of our close traveler. Given how petty Master Kaya can be, it must be hard for him to make friends. Does he have any friends in the Knights of Favonius? See, I do have a way with people. And now I have her here to back me up.
Hello, everyone. Pardon me, but is this Dawn Winery? I'm Guangzhe, a guard with the Secure Transport Agency under the Leo Communications Office.
No wonder Elzer felt so strongly about staying. He certainly wasn't kidding about how busy it is.
The pleasure is all mine. The Secure Transport Agency has worked with your fine establishment in the past, though we have only corresponded through letters. I always found it a great pity that I, the overseer of our cooperation, have never had the occasion to visit in person.
Why don't we go inside to discuss the details? No doubt the conversation will flow better with some of our wines to taste. Certainly, Master Kaeya. Please wait a moment.
And how might I address you, sir?
Just Kaeya is fine.
A pleasure to meet you as well. I'm not just here today to pay a visit. I actually have an invitation for Master Diluc to cut the ribbon at a ceremony to celebrate our agency's business. Our collaboration with Dawn Winery last year was quite successful, and if it's no trouble, please, also mention to Master Diluc that our agency has expanded this year. So if the winery has any additional needs...
Master Kaeya, the apple cider you requested.
Master? Wait. Pardon my foolishness, but might I inquire as to your relation to Dawn Winery?
I'm Master Krepus's adopted son, and Master Diluc's brother. However, as a serving captain with the Knights of Favonius, I am rarely at the winery.
My mistake. I apologize for not realizing earlier. I do hope I have not done you a discourtesy.
You may have misunderstood, Mr. Guangzhe. Though I am Master Diluc's brother, I don't actually live at Dawn Winery. I'm also a guest here today. I'm merely here receiving guests due to Elzer being temporarily indisposed. But please, don't worry. I will be sure to extend your invitation to Master Diluc.
Thank you for your graciousness. I knew that Dawn Winery's wines were delicious, but I am only now discovering how wonderful the apple cider is. It has a clear and inviting fragrance.
In addition to the apple cider, the winery has an extensive collection of reserve wines and liquors. I see you are also a connoisseur of fine wines, so it would be a shame not to sample some. Adeland, please fetch a bottle from the reserve collection in the second floor wine locker. As you wish.
Thank you again for your most
Please, it was a The guest has left, Master Kaeya. All I really wanted to say is, you will always be I have never considered you an outsider. No matter what— I understand, Adeland. Oh, now this—
Hello, everyone. I'm back.
Now that was fast. How are you feeling?
The doctor said there was nothing to worry about. I just need some rest. But on the way back, I met someone who was looking for Master Kaeya.
Aww.
Kaeya! Shh! Klee's here to rescue you! Come on! Let's escape!
Aww.
Miss Honorary Knight! Are you grounded with Kaeya too?
Grounded? Yes, Albedo was saying something about that. Sumeru was fun, but it can't compare with Mondstadt. So here we are.
You two must have done something to make Jean mad, but that's okay. Kaeya has rescued Klee loads of times before, so when Albedo told me you came back, I went and said sorry to Jean. Kaeya, you're free now! We can go play together!
Oh, if my memory serves me correctly, this child— This is a fully qualified Knight of Favonius. Klee.
Hello, miss. I'm Klee. We're sorry. Please don't ground Kaeya.
What?
I really need to take Kaeya and Miss Honorary Knight away, so we can go find Albedo, Sucrose, Amber, and everyone else and play together.
I see. Hello, Miss Klee. You needn't worry, Master Kai— See, Adeland, you don't need to worry about me. I have luck.
Cute.
Those memories. So dark.
It can't be. Oh, how awful.
Oh my god. Sorry. Keep forgetting that I left that pin there. Technically, I didn't mean to put a pin there at all. Sometimes you just accidentally put, like, a pin somewhere and it's just
Look,
like...
Mondstadt's windmills.
Eh.
Now, as promised, your souvenir. According to the merchant I bought it from, mysterious spirits called Jinn. Merchants love to exaggerate to help make... I know you like rare things, so perhaps you can add this to your collection. You're welcome. I'm glad you like it. I'm ready to head into the city now. You're free to join me. I could give everyone their souvenirs first. Maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone. I'm honored to have such a caring friend. Let's go to the plaza in front of the cathedral. After so long in Sumeru, I've begun to miss that slow-paced and relaxed atmosphere. There's no rush. We can take our time and stroll on over. Port Ormos is always like quite a stark contrast. Good question. Life in Sumeru is... Although, they taught me a lot of songs that they usually sing during feasts. Simple, honest folks like me, we don't need much to be content. Fair enough. Let's shelve that discussion for now. Have you ever had a chance to hear the cathedral choir before? The hymns they sing are a whole tradition in their own right. Well, let's see if we can catch them today. Excuse me, Sister Gray.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The hymn concert we previously announced has unfortunately been pushed back.
Oh? What's the story there?
As you probably know, Captain Kaeya, we've been trying to organize an amateur choir in addition to the regular church choir.
Ah, yes. I heard about that.
Yes, exactly. But for some reason, the rehearsals are going terribly. I don't... maybe I'm just not musically gifted enough to give them the guidance they need. Captain Kaeya, I know you like listening to hymns. How good is your understanding of vocal music?
Me? Music is far from my forte.
Thank you so much, Captain Kaeya.
I'm sure you've figured out who this expert is already. He has the best singing voice of any poet in Mondstadt, and understands poetry better than any other singer. Plus, he's exceptionally easy to find. 9 out of 10 times, he's in the tavern.
I thought as much.
Good day. Drinking alone? I hope you don't mind us joining you.
Hello, hello! Please, take a seat. We're all friends here.
Patton, one moonlit alley and an apple cider.
Ooh, excellent choices. Come on, let's have a toast and drain our glasses together. Here's to the time spent drinking with
Ever the poet, Professor Any new songs of yours we could listen to? There's a real Speaking of which, I trust you've heard Sister Grace's choir perform before?
Of course! Though the format is a little on the...
So you'd say you enjoy listening to hymns?
Let me think. Well, however it's expressed.
Passion and joy, huh?
Oh? And why is that?
Think about it. It must be quite satisfying.
Yes, well, that's a beautiful image filled with hope. But actually, maybe Barbados himself doesn't give it so much thought. In principle, the hymns of the cathedral are dedicated to a god. But in reality, the audience are all ordinary people with very worldly concerns. So what really matters is that the people enjoy what they're listening to.
If Sister Grace was able to see things that way, perhaps she wouldn't feel so distressed.
Huh? Distressed? About what? Ugh, she might be asking a bit too much. To be honest, if they have a natural talent for music, they should just be allowed to sing whatever they want. It'll all sound good. I'm pretty sure the first people to sing songs to the Animal Archon weren't all singing the same tune. Besides, he is the god of freedom. Surely he'd prefer to hear Mondstadters sing their hearts.
Well, to each their own, I say. But Sister Grace seems quite bothered.
More drinks?
Uh-oh. I only brought enough money for one bottle.
Another bottle of apple cider for Venti, please, Patton. My treat.
Wow! Thanks, Kaeya. You are one of the finest students ever to emerge from my fast-track love poem. With the aid of this bottle, a humble bard's woes are whisked away on the wind. And so it falls to this humble...
Then this is probably the single most worthwhile alcohol purchase Sister Grace is a devout follower of the Animo Archon. Perhaps it's her depth of devotion that causes her to...
Don't worry. Just wait a moment. I'll go find her. Right after I finish this cider. The next time you visit her, our sweet sister shall be...
Hello, Sister Grace.
Captain Kaeya, your bard friend has a few suggestions that are somewhat fanciful in nature.
Fanciful in the sense of not worth adopting? Is that what you mean? Everyone in the choir loves to sing, but they're used to singing their favorite songs. Suddenly asking them to sing in perfect harmony like a church choir with years of experience is just too difficult. So, why ask them to adjust to the demands of those staid old church hymns when you could just create a new song for them? One that they'll be able to grasp quickly? If you want, I could help.
Church choirs typically stick to traditional hymns. This is certainly an innovative idea. What's stopping you from considering?
While I don't expect a recently...
Is the Church of Favonius really such a stickler for tradition? So, Venti, do you think the Animo Archon would like to hear a new melody?
Of course! This was the wish of the people when New Mondstadt was first founded.
Okay, well, let's see what our other friend thinks. Traveler, what are your thoughts? Another vote of confidence. Maybe...
Maybe it's just a generational thing, but...
Looks like we're all in favor then. So let's start preparing.
Of course. I'll tell them...
Should we find some people to help us compose the lyrics? If this is to be a new song of the people, then the more fresh-eyed...
Good idea. Let's split up and find some contributors, Traveler. Let me think. Sister Grace, how would you feel about us asking Sister Barbara to...
Given that the idea is to write a song dedicated to Lord Barbados, I'm sure...
Perfect. Traveler, why don't you head into the cathedral and invite Sister...
Let the wind lead. Traveler, it's been a long time since I last saw you in the cathedral. Fortunately, I have some time to spare at the moment. Oh, I see! The hymns we know today have been passed down to us through the ages. Very few people would ever think to create a new one, but as long as we put our hearts into it, and write with reverence and devotion, perhaps our new song can become part of the tradition that is passed on. And I never imagined that the Bard would come up with such an amazing suggestion. I'd really love to be a part of this. Sure. What?
Ah, you're here.
You took your sweet time. I've seen Kaeya play Genius Invocation TCG, making up a bunch of baloney to distract his opponents. Can we really write about anything we want in this song? Even? And is the choir really gonna perform it publicly? So everyone on the streets will hear it?
I don't think anything's off limits.
Then I want to write this. All these hands.
That's a very novel idea indeed.
I'm used to just humming to myself while I work. So after Sister Grace criticized us for not singing in harmony, I was planning on quitting the choir. I never thought we'd be able to just sing what we wanted.
Plus, we get to write a song with Sister Barbara.
Thank you, everyone. Why don't we start by I agree. Traditionally speaking, the theme should be...
I expect that Professor Venti might feel that topic is overdone and lacks originality.
That's Kaeya for you. Got it in one. I'd suggest that everyone start by thinking of the little things in life that bring you joy.
Ooh, well then can I praise the perfect fish head soup my mom cooked last night?
Of course you can.
I think I'd like to rejoice in the precious days spent together with family.
Let us praise Mondstadt, the city that allows us to sing freely.
See? Already we have lots of wonderful ideas. Huh?
What are you doing here? Didn't want to participate in the discussions? I just wanted to take you to hear a performance. But that obvious... The rehearsals are now back on track, so I've done my part. I'd rather it didn't come to that. My songwriting abilities are limited. If doing nothing but loitering on the plaza enjoying the scenery all day is the only way to relax, then I suppose I didn't get to relax. But that would get boring after a while. To me, it's more fun. Besides, can you be so sure I didn't have something to gain from helping Sister Grace with her choir rehearsal dilemma these past few days?
Oh, I spy 2 naughty students skipping class, and they just so happen to be the very 2 who asked me to help Sister Grace in the first place. We're ready to review and discuss everyone's lyric contributions now.
I still recall the teachings of Professor Venti. The Animo Archon cares not with so many true believers. That's what a song of worship is all.
And that's the reason you've decided to leave?
Slipping away before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything has concluded. I don't know. Oh no. You've seen right through me.
Wow, that was a craftily crafted speech. I almost fell for it. But to share all this with a group of friends, only to find myself one friend short before the final verse is sung, before the poet has... If you don't want to write a poem, then let me gift you one. Abandoned to whatever fortune the cruel waters bring, bereft of control, directionless I swing. The swift currents surge, and onward I urge, through the snow and frost that fall and winter bring. Majestic waves cresting, surf roaring its tail. None but the ocean to hear as I sing. The stars in my eyes as I chart toward the horizon, that into one day from the endless dome of night I shall spring. If you are a chaser of freedom, the Animo Archon will bless you. So why not let those feelings out and sing with everyone?
A boat that has come unmoored will not get lost in the night, but sail towards the dawn.
Of course, you don't have to believe in it, but the winds of Mondstadt will guide every lost ship back to safe harbor.
Well, after a fine poem like that, it would be plain rude of me not to rejoin you.
Let's head back together.
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Okay, that is all the endings. But hopefully people who, well, hopefully everyone like watching this and yeah, well, like me like talking, so yeah, okay. See you in the next one.